in there?
Yeah, you do. You got to turn the James. Turn to make sure Shelly's in there.
I'm waiting on notification to come through. There we go.
There we go.
See how it just came through?
Uh-huh.
You didn't get one?
Uh-huh.
You like the page?
Of course. Did I take it?
Oh, you got to turn on notifications if you
Okay.
haven't turned them on already.
All right, there we go. She's in. I think she's in. You in? You barely in.
Having to pull back slowly. So
Are you? Okay, I got you. Can you turn the camera a little bit?
Go back.
There you go. Now tilt it. Use your tilt right there. The other way. The other way.
Oh, you got them highlights though.
No, that one. The other one. The other way. We are learning on the run. There you go. Oh, that's good right there. Now just tilt it. Just tilt it that way. That way. Okay, you gotta tilt the whole head, the camera. There you go. There you go. This right there. Over this way. You gotta tilt the whole thing this way. Leave it like that. We're just gonna run like that. Okay. We're getting ready to start.
I can't hear.
Now we'll go from there.
We're getting ready to start. Y'all ready? Music gonna start?
Let's roll.
All right. Okay. I'm doing all that. I gotta. Yeah. No. That way. Connection.
A little bit louder.
Yeah.
A little bit louder. A little bit louder.
Okay, we're live. Yeah, there we go. There we go. You know, you've been off for so long. All right, this is 411 Sports Talk Radio, foreignradionetwork.com. I am the Benchwarmer, sitting in for the Benchwarmer. Oh, I'm not sitting in for Benchwarmer. I am me.
Okay.
Hadn't done it for so long. You know, it's been a year now. You know, I've been gone for 1 year, or for half a year, for a couple of days now.
I'll figure that.
There you go. There you go. Sitting next to me, we kind of made some rearrangements. We're gonna do something different this year. Sitting next to me is the coach. We got a huge show today, so I got to keep it moving, don't I? Sitting next to the coach and me.
Don't start the new year off slow now.
I know.
Typical Benchwarmer behavior.
I know. Keep going. You know, old tricks are hard. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. The professor. What's going on? Wait, what's going on, coach?
You see what I'm saying? He already screwing up.
Yeah.
Excited to be back. Excited to be back. Let's keep going.
There you go. There you go. Professor's right next to me. I'm right next to him.
You're getting it right?
What's happening, Professor?
No butchering this year, right?
Well, you know, let's take it one day at a time, one show at a time.
All is well. Everything is everything. Had a great 2018. Looking forward to 2019. We got to get this ball rolling.
There you go. Show number 2. Sitting next to the professor is Preacher. You coming a new Wolfman Jack.
Going back to the commercial.
Had a good break.
All right.
Do I get 15 seconds?
Not right now. And then sitting on to my, the only person that sits to my left is my lovely security. That's the only person that gets to do that. So, computer, how you doing?
Love your hair, by the way.
Thank you.
So very
How you
nice with that.
Thank you very much.
All right, and in the background is Quest for Success back there.
Is that his name, man?
That's Quest.
Quest for Success?
That's for Quest for Success.
Okay.
All right.
There we go. Let's get into it. We got 4 quarters.
I'm changing the name of that this year. It will be called 4 Down Territory.
Oh,
shucks
4 down
down.
territory.
It's a new year.
Write that down.
All right, you write it down. Yeah.
We need to copyright that
There
for
you go.
you.
Yeah, 4 down territory.
4 Down Territory.
We got college roundup.
A little bit of something on the college roundup.
Something happened yesterday.
A little
That was a little bit of a whooping.
Gotta figure out what that is.
I'm gonna
I
take
couldn't
credit
keep
for
my
that.
eyes open on that one.
I'm gonna take credit for that.
Golly.
You take credit for every win.
Well, no. I'm taking credit that I sent a prayer up there. Alabama did not win.
Yeah, I'm just glad my Lakers won't beat the Mavericks last
Says
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
I know. And then we have he say she say bringing it back.
Yes.
Bringing it back. And ooh, look at that. The whole crowd. Yes.
Already?
And style.
Oh, man, I'm ready.
Entertainment hours are gonna be hot today. Oh boy.
Yeah, Benchwarmer got it on lock.
Yeah.
I got the late text.
Everybody just
Yeah,
silent.
look, he was like, this is going to be a big ticket. And then he brings home all the research. I'm like, okay, will you do it?
Yeah.
I'm just
We
gonna
have-
be here.
We have NFL playoffs.
Yes.
Mhm.
We got I like that 4 down territory.
4 down territory.
Yeah, we got
The number 4 or the
Yeah.
word 4?
No, the number 4.
We got
Oh,
the
So every segment of the every piece of the segment is first down, second down, third down, and fourth down.
but we gonna be in red zone.
Not
I hope not. I don't know if the red zone's not very good.
4 down territory.
Well, shoot, Alabama's success rate wasn't either.
yeah.
That's a whole nother
Hey,
story.
not that they just didn't lose. They got
All right, let's go ahead and get into it because we run a little bit tabby.
Yeah, let's
so
get
go
rolling.
ahead. College roundup.
All right, let's get started. I'm going to kind of speed through the week prior playoff games because I think it's important to get into those a little bit.
Okay.
I'm going to start off with the Notre Dame Clemson game. Unfortunately, Notre Dame, they entered the playoffs, but they forgot to show up.
I was gonna say they didn't show up.
Against Clemson. I don't know what that was they put out there on the field. Obviously, Clemson's defense, obviously, we witnessed that Monday. They're a beast, but Notre Dame didn't even try. I think they gave up at halftime. They gave up the late touchdown before the half. They just never recovered. This freshman quarterback that Clemson has, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
If this kid could go pro right now, he'd be the number 1 pick in the draft. I mean, this kid can really play football.
Slow your roll. Slow your roll. Pump your brakes. Pump your brakes.
I need some sound effects.
No. People do this whole knee jerk stuff. Pump your brakes. Slow your roll.
Mr. Lawrence all year.
Slow your roll. Slow your roll.
6'6", 210.
He's 19 years old. I understand that right there, but just pump the brakes. He had a good game yesterday, a great game yesterday.
Great
But
season.
just pump your brakes on that right there. Just hold up now.
I will get into him again here momentarily, but just against Notre Dame, 27 of 39, 327, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. This is a true freshman.
And he's a 19-year-old freshman too.
True freshman.
Yeah, I get that. He has the potential. Just put it that way. Don't be just saying if he'd be a number 1 pick right now.
I'll get into this after I talk about the next game about what I think about Trevor Lawrence. Then you had Alabama and my Oklahoma Sooners. My Sooners decided not to show up in the first quarter.
You really want to talk about that?
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it. I'm back down. It's all good. They competed. They didn't just give up like Notre Dame. So the Sooners decided that they would spot Alabama a 28-0 lead before they decided to wake up and play football.
Don't know what they was thinking about.
Don't either. And so when they finally figured out what to do and started getting it rolling, it was just
Almost too late.
too big a deficit to overcome because obviously defensively we're just not strong enough to hold up. And every time we got close, if we needed that big defensive stop, our defense just couldn't do it. And to Alabama's credit, I mean, they jumped on us early and they didn't allow us to get within striking distance. And, they moved on. Kyler Murray, I don't know how you can call this a bad game, but he threw for 308 yards and 2 touchdowns. He ran for 109 yards. He did everything he possibly could to get them back in this game.
Are you ready to say bye?
No, I wish he'd come back.
You saying bye.
I know.
You gonna say bye.
I know.
It's so
It's bye,
hard.
Kyler Murray.
I know.
He gone.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Tua
Peace out. Peace out.
was spectacular. He was 22 of 27, 318, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Nothing more you can say about that performance. And then I'm going to give a quick shout out to the Texas Longhorns. That was probably the most impressive game I've seen them play in 10 years against Georgia. That was physical domination.
That was.
Georgia didn't really do anything until late in the fourth quarter when the game was well out of reach.
And they had nothing. Yeah.
Shout out to the Big 12.
And Texas is going to be they're going to be hard to defend against next year.
Well, see, a lot of people say that, but what people don't realize, they
Yes,
lose
they are.
like 6 defensive starters.
Yeah, but
They
still,
lose 5 offensive starters.
but still, they're going to be hard to deal with next year.
They should be,
You know that.
but
You scared?
who's your daddy?
Because who's? Wait, what?
Who's the Big 12 daddy again?
Who-
Why would we be
That
scared?
would be-
Where's your quarterback? Where's your quarterback?
Come on,
Really?
it's OU. We don't
Really?
Who's your quarterback?
look for quarterbacks.
Who's
They're
the
just
QB?
a quarterback in waiting.
No. There's a quarterback that's going to come
His
another
name is-
recruit.
No, his name is Spencer Rattler, the
Oh.
5-star recruit, number 1
Oh,
quarterback.
he got to show something. He got to show. He got to show.
Do we really
Boomer
need to go
Sooner,
here?
baby.
He needs
Boomer
to show.
Sooner.
He needs to show.
Now, moving forward to
Boomer
last
Sooner.
night's game.
Okay. No. Okay.
Last
It's a
night's game.
debacle.
You know, there's not a lot of times in college football where I'm happy outside of Oklahoma winning. But the beat down Clemson put on Alabama put
Man.
the biggest smile on my face.
They got to show lack.
that
Man.
I've had in a long time.
You know, in
Ooh-wee.
10 years, Nick Saban has never lost by 2.
14 points. It's the biggest
Yeah,
margin
biggest
of
deficit he's ever had in 10 years. That's hard to do.
Very difficult.
That
Very
is hard to
difficult.
do.
And it goes to show you what Dabo Swinney has going down there in Clemson. You can no longer, call them. It's Alabama and everybody else. No, Clemson is a
Clemson
big
got
dog.
something to say about that.
That's 2 out of 3.
Right.
That's 2 out of 3. So
And they have the star. They're going to be there for a second or two.
right, for a couple of reasons. One, they're in the terrible ACC, so they really don't have any competition.
Right.
So that automatically put them in position every year. And then 2, they just keep it rolling.
And they developed the talent. Like those 2 receivers, they got one, the senior,
Running backs too.
yeah, and running backs too. And then the quarterback is going to be there first. Don't he look like a sunshine?
Sunshine.
When he took his
Sunshine.
that was a very tall woman.
Sunshine.
Yeah.
He definitely
He
has
look-
I thought the
golden locks.
He looks like sunshine.
Yeah.
Sunshine from California.
this kid, this freshman, 20 out of 32, 347, 3 TDs, no interceptions. I've been watching college football a long time. I've seen maybe 3 quarterbacks. When I looked at him, I said, ooh, he's going to be real good. This kid, Andrew Luck, Sam Bradford. Those are the 3 quarterbacks I've seen in my lifetime. Now, there's probably more before I was really into college football. But
He is only 3 quarterbacks that have, as a freshman, won the national championship.
Yep.
It's him, and then Tui last year.
Yep.
And then
and Tua shouldn't even count.
Tui. Now he shouldn't count, but he
Right.
what 2 or 3 games, and and then Jamal Holloway.
Yep.
Oh,
Sooner Nation. The triple option.
Yeah, I
That's
get that.
it.
I get that.
This kid's really special.
You can't give us that.
Really, really
The
Hater.
only thing I say about that is they're going to change his throwing motion in college. They are.
Why?
They are because his throwing motion is he didn't have that throwing motion. He has a throw motion. His throw motion is kind of.
Leave that man alone.
But they're going.
Such a hater.
They're going to change his throwing motion. Once he gets to the pros, they're going to change his
One
throw
name
motion.
comes
They do it
to
every
mind,
time.
Phillip Rivers. Leave
Yeah.
that man.
Yeah. They kept his, but they're going to do that though.
They don't need to. He's 6'6".
He's been
It'd be different if he
all
was.
the
It'd be
time,
different
so.
if he was a smaller quarterback. I'd understand that. But he's 6'6". You don't need to change his throwing
He's got a
motion.
good view from up there.
He's nice and tall. he can
How's the weather up there?
Yeah.
I got
You can see over everybody. He's like a tree.
Yes, definitely. So Clemson's the champ. They are the cream of the crop this year. They'll probably be the cream of the crop next year.
second two.
There's a couple of early top 25 preseason polls already out, believe it or not.
They got Clemson
Clemson's
number
at the top of most of them. Alabama,
Alabama
top of-
2.
It's the same teams you see every year.
Yeah.
Ohio State, Oklahoma,
Yeah.
they're all up there. The same teams you see every year, so I don't expect much to change in next year's playoff. Maybe a tweak here, a tweak there, but it'll be the same.
Unless they change the playoffs.
Exactly. Then a quick side note, this is kind of college and NFL related when I end this here. Cliff Kingsbury the former Texas Tech head coach who was fired.
Who was fired? Yeah.
Then he was hired by USC to be the offensive coordinator
For 3 days.
for 3 days. Has accepted a job to be the head coach for the Arizona
Cardinals. That's why bad teams stay bad.
Yes.
You know, that's why bad teams just stay bad because they keep doing bad things.
I understand what they're thinking, Arizona. I just think they went with the wrong guy.
Can you explain that to me?
I'm a Mike Leach guy. I love Mike Leach. I don't understand why the NFL hasn't called Mike Leach yet. I think he's such a genius offensively.
Because Mike Leach is of that old offensive mindset. You know, they're trying to get to this college, high school mindset.
But he has that mindset.
Which I don't understand.
Where do you think Cliff got it from?
I understand.
Mike Leach.
But what I'm saying is, I don't understand why did the pros go grab the high school and the college to go deal with it to get their offense together? That makes no sense
Creativity,
to me.
something.
Yes,
Is
something
that
fresh.
I'm sorry. Wait, we're not there yet. I'm sorry.
They
Wait.
teach those kids to play
I'm
with
sorry.
heart and passion.
I'm sorry. No. They're going to get their setups. They're going to get their high school setup, their college setup, and say we're going to bring this to the pros. No, we tried that with the
They
running
need
sheet.
the basics. They need to go back to the foundation.
I'm sorry. We tried this with the running sheet
In Houston.
that got shot.
Did it?
Yes, Houston never made it to
Houston couldn't play any defense.
They played
had
that.
Buffalo
They played with
1 year.
They
Was
played
it 35 to 3 or
No.
something? like
That was a
Came back
yeah. Buffalo came back one.
35.
But no, they tried that with Detroit. The running sheet in Detroit.
They didn't have the right quarterback.
And then they tried the whole what was this the Wildcat?
Well,
How fast?
that was a big
How
gimmick.
far did that work?
That was a
You know,
That was a gimmick.
they don't do the option because college runs options. OU was option all day long.
We still view the witness to read option to this day.
Yeah, but that's just
I mean, the
one.
Cowboys use it a lot.
That's
in the
just
red
one. That's one aspect of college football. I
The
mean,
read option.
yes, that's just one aspect. You know what? In the pros, you line them up and you kick their butt. You don't do no freaky, no nothing, no jinx,
my
nothing like that. You
So
line it up
you're
and you kick
saying-
their butt.
Don't bring any creativity to the
No,
table.
I'm saying you bring.
Just be predictable.
No. What I'm saying is right here. You got so much creativity in the pros. You don't need to go to the college and the high school to get it.
You might.
No, you don't.
Some of these old coaches are too old school. There's sometimes you need a little something fresh. Ask the Rams.
Guarantee you, Bill Belichick has been there for 800 years, and he goes, he lines it up and kicks you back.
That's true.
Well,
He's an
and
exception to the rule.
from
No,
what I learned,
He's 1 out of 31.
from what I learned is a good coach knows how to teach his offensive, and if some of them have the mindset, we're gonna make that defense stop us. We don't care what we run. We can run a trap, we can run a dive, or we can drag the tight end. And you got some offensive coordinators, they just stuck in that time zone.
they stuck on stupid, and they need to get out of stupid.
And that's what you told me to hold up on, but that's what I feel about our offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he's stuck on stupid too.
He has a mental issue.
But he remember he was a part of the 0-16 Lions. Yeah. Okay, so but having said that, that's a good segue.
Yes, it is.
It's a good segue. All right, we got to move it on. We're gonna move on to 4-down territory.
Like 3 weeks worth of these scores. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pick through these and see which I think fits the best here. First down.
Okay.
True or false? Mike Tomlin has underachieved with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Starting with Benchwarmer.
Wow. That's
True or false? Mike Tomlin has underachieved with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right, so you still got Ben Roethlisberger. You still got Antonio Brown. You didn't have Le'Veon Bell, but you got
Juju.
Yeah, you got Juju Schuster too. So, I think has he underachieved? I think his team is underachieved. I don't think he has as a coach.
Right.
I think his team has because you know how you used to in the early 80s and the 70s.
That's true or false.
You can go to the Cowboys and you automatically think you're gonna lose. I think Pittsburgh had that mindset. We're gonna win everywhere we go, and their teams are playing like they're gonna win, but other teams are playing like y'all gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
I think the team is underachieving. I don't think Mike Tomlin is underachieving. What I think Mike Tomlin needs to do is number one, let Ben Roethlisberger walk on to that and reveal.
But it's not happening anytime soon.
I know, but I
He's
think
getting ready to play it another 2 or 3 more years.
I know, but
Oh, well, that's a mistake.
yeah, I know. I need to go ahead and let him.
Him and Brady both need to sit down somewhere.
Not Tom, but
Yeah, not
Brady needs to sit down too.
So has he underachieved? No, I think his team has.
Okay, Coach.
I think he has underachieved because he got a Super Bowl real early.
Mhm.
And since then, he's had the most talent in the AFC and nothing to show for it.
Mhm.
How do you miss the playoffs to the Baltimore Ravens when
Well,
you
yeah.
have 10 times the talent than the Ravens have on offense? I mean, it's not even close.
So you got
It's
Schuster,
the biggest
you got
mismatch.
Antonio Brown.
It's the biggest mismatch in the division, and you somehow lost the division title. And this is a trend that's been going this way for the last 4 or 5 years. Roethlisberger has complained about the offensive coordinator. He's questioned Tomlin, Antonio Brown and his dilemma, Le'Veon Bell, who didn't even come back and play. This comes back to coaching.
Well,
You have to have control of this football team.
and then their defense is not even.
They're all alpha dogs. You have to figure out a way to get them to be on the same page in order for you to reach the ultimate goal of winning the championship. He hasn't done that. They got the one, and to me, that's not enough with that kind of talent. I think he's underachieved.
So you feel like he's riding on that one.
That one, that's it.
Well, that and then I would say this right here. You know, the front office is loyal.
Very,
Their front office is
very,
super loyal.
very.
Because had Coward not stepped down, he would have never. Coward would
still
still
be
be
the
there.
coach.
Yeah, he would still be there.
I would still be the coach. Right.
Preacher.
I say he.
True or
Yeah.
false?
That's true.
Okay.
No morale. Not enough morale
Mhm.
on the team because, like you were saying, Coach, there's a lot of alpha. You got to pick somebody to be the leader, and you got to get the team to follow that leader.
But the one you wanted don't really want to step up. Roethlisberger.
So, and with that being said, like you said, let them walk in the sunset and start afresh.
That's what I
Because
think they
as
need.
a coach, you gotta build that before the game day. Once game day come in, that leader steps on the field, and that's who coach going down the field.
So has the team lost confidence in the coach?
I'm not gonna say they lost confidence, but they're not showing up together. They're really not. They're not showing enough cohesiveness as team wide.
It's all over the place.
Yeah, very much. It's drama. Once you break the egg, it's hard to bring it back together again.
Security.
I think it's false. I'm kind of with Benchwarmer.
Why you roll his eyes? Why you roll your eyes at?
Because I don't want to be on the same team as him all the time.
Okay.
But I before
Why
he
not?
said anything, I was thinking that it was more the team. He teaches me a lot. But I think that it's more sometimes I just don't like thinking like him.
Okay.
But anyway, I
That's
think
why
that
he
it's more
takes
the
and
we have been reading each other's minds a lot lately.
Is it okay to
It's
think
really
like
weird.
your spouse?
especially the husband.
It's irritating sometimes. I love you, but sometimes I want to think about mine. But anyway, yeah, I think
I
it's
am
false
your
because you know what?
And body
Let's
and
save that
soul.
for later. I think the team is underachieving more so than Mike Tomlin. I think he's a great coach, and I was worried for a minute because I was like, if they lose this playoff game or if they lose any more games, he might lose his job. You know, they had that, what was it, Black Monday?
Mhm.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
I was like, Lord, please, let him have a couple more years. But, yeah, false.
If Gary still has his job.
Yeah. Hello.
No. The chip fell when Marvin Lewis lost his job. Finally.
Oh boy. Okay, let's go into how much time do we have on
Second
this segment?
down.
No, we good. We good.
Well, how much time,
We
Max?
have
do
20
we-
minutes.
Yeah.
20. Okay.
Got a lot of time.
Let me see. I need to pick. I got about 20 questions.
Oh, my goodness.
Bring it.
We've been away for a long time.
Yes, we have.
Second down. If Nick Foles makes another playoff run, do the Philadelphia Eagles have a decision to make at quarterback? Benchwarmer.
I want to take that one.
Have at that one, sir.
They say that Wentz is their quarterback, but I don't know. I would if I were the coach, I would have a hard decision to make. Because it seems like Nick Foles plays with this offense better than Carson Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Carson Wentz may be more athletic, but I think that the difference is Nick Foles has been in the league for a longer time than Carson Wentz. Mm-hmm. What you have to look at is Nick Foles knows defense more than Carson Wentz. I think this all comes down to who knows the better defense, who knows more defenses. Nick Foles. Remember, Carson Wentz is only a 3-year starter, mm-hmm. So Nick Foles can know defenses, so he'll know how to put players in different positions. Mm-hmm. Okay, next year it's not going to change. Nick Foles is just going to get that much better in knowing defenses to where he can run that offense better than Carson Wentz. So if I'm the coaching staff, yeah, I'd have some decisions to make.
Okay, coach.
Oh, it's Carson Wentz. He'll be the starter.
Well, he'll be the starter, but do you have a decision to make?
No. Yeah. Nick Foles is going to bring me back a first-round pick. that's my decision.
It's called trade bait.
Thank you for the Super Bowl. Thank you for the playoff run this year that's going to end this weekend.
What if they go to another Super Bowl?
That better not happen. But even if it does, my thought is this right here on this situation. Carson Wentz has been injured a lot. So we really don't know if he's capable of leading the team to the Super Bowl. We know he's capable of having a good regular season, but we don't know what he can do in the playoffs because he hasn't done it.
Well, what we do know, though, is this. Before Nick Foles took the helm, they were losing. They were done for. The coffin was shut before Nick Foles took the helm. Nick Foles take the helm, and now look, they're in the playoffs. They're not even supposed to be here.
Well, I'm still giving Carson Wentz the benefit because he's coming off that knee injury.
No, but he'd already been on
it. He has a fractured back.
But he'd already been off the knee injury. I mean, and he'd holler, I'm healthy as
I don't care what he says with his mouth. All you got to do is watch him on the football field and know he's not right. You know, you watch certain players, you can see him while you watch him. No, he's something's not right about him, and that's why you go with Wentz. Nick Foles, he has a history of being terrible more than he has a history of being good.
What if something never
the law of averages come back?
What if something never gets right with Carson Wentz?
And you miss out. But you got a Super Bowl out of it.
No, you got a Super Bowl out of Nick Foles, not out of Carson
Wentz. That's fine, but I'm going to go with Wentz. And I'm going to take my chances in getting rid of Nick Foles and hoping he can bring me back a first-round pick.
Well, I'm going to win on what you just said because that just don't make no sense.
All right, Preacher.
Which one that I could get the most money and better trade for?
Nick Foles.
Good question.
That's a good question.
Oh, well, Wentz will get more
Wentz will probably get more money.
Because of his age?
Wentz will get you
more money than better trade.
So
you get a first round out of Wentz.
The one I keep, that's my starter league. Because understand something, we looking at the future, okay? And we don't know, like you saying, he been injured.
You don't know if he's gonna come back.
You don't know. All it takes is one more. Ask one more.
One more from Romo.
Look, ask Romo, right?
Yeah, you don't. So let me roll the dice here. Let me go and get rid of him. Give me a better trade. Get some more money, and move on.
The only problem with that is that you're still going to look for that number one quarterback.
Well, right now, the
spent
second
all
string,
your money on
because he's the one. When it comes to playoff position,
I heard you. He's the one who's getting them there.
He's the one. Not only is he getting them there, but he's keeping them there.
Right. He's moving them.
Okay, Shelley.
Famous.
She rolled her eyes again.
Now I don't have to take this.
Famous preacher.
Wait. I said it first. You know what she did? Wait, hold on.
And she gonna pick me.
Yeah, no. Flip a coin.
All right, let's go to third down. I gotta choose. I got 2 pages.
Some short.
All right, multiple choice. Third down territory.
Oh, Lord.
Who is the NFL's comeback player of the year? A, Andrew Luck. B, J.J. Watt. C, Adrian Peterson. Or D, Deshaun Watson. Coach.
Oh, that's easy for me, Andrew Luck.
Okay.
He's been absolutely spectacular. There were times when people thought he wasn't going to come back at all. Not only did he come back, he rallied this team from a 1-5 start all the way to the playoffs.
Who was the last one? I'm sorry.
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson. Yes.
All the way to the playoffs, and he is playing the type of football we saw his first 3 years. He looks like he's 100% again, and they are the most dangerous team in the AFC right now. I don't think anybody wants anything to do with the Colts right now, including myself, and thankfully my team's in the NFC.
Okay. Preacher.
I'm gonna go with Coach on that one. I want to say Adrian Peterson, but they're not where they need to be right now. But the coach is. They are. They right where they want to be. They holding the horn right now. So I'm gonna go with the coach in that.
Okay. Shelley.
I'm gonna go with Coach as well.
Okay.
Because the Colts came up. I was like, what? Look at them coming back in the playoffs and everything.
You said you're gonna go.
They started 1-5 and ended
Because I like Coach
Yeah.
and I like the professor.
Okay.
And I love my husband, but you.
Where's my
Benchwarmer, what you think?
I think that's an easy question too, because here's how you answer the question. J.J. Watt, not in the playoffs right now.
Right.
Deshaun Watson, not in the playoffs right now. Adrian Peterson, not in the playoffs right now. J.J. Watt and Deshaun Watson lost to Andrew Luck.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So Andrew Luck, and you're right. He
That
came
was
back.
good, Benchwarmer. That was great.
But notice, anyway, you're right, because you didn't think he was going to be all the way healthy when he came back. And yes, they start out 1-5, and look at them. They're in the playoffs and they're playing. I'm with you. They are the most dangerous team in the playoffs right now on the AFC. Now
That's great deductive reasoning.
Now the rubbers don't meet the road is when they go to Kansas City.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be.
That's gonna be the rubber. That's gonna meet the road. Right.
Oh, my
Right.
goodness.
Yeah. That's gonna be it right there. Ooh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because we're going to see how good Indianapolis defense is. Because their defense has really been shutting some people down. So.
All right. 4th down, and we're gonna stop here. The 6 coaches that got fired this season, 5 of them are African Americans. That's Todd Bowles, Steve Wilkes, Vance Joseph, Hugh Jackson, and Marvin Lewis.
Okay, do the teams too. Todd Bowles with the Giants.
So Todd Bowles with the Jets.
Yeah,
Steve Wilkes with the Cardinals.
Okay.
Vance Joseph with the Broncos.
Okay.
Hugh Jackson with the Browns. Lewis with the Bengals.
Okay.
The 6th one will be Aaron Gase, but he's Caucasian.
Okay.
So 5 of the 6 are African American. So with that being said, the question is, hear me out. This is a Benchwarmer favorite.
I knew he was going there.
Lord.
What is the level of concern for the lack of minority head coaches in the NFL? What is the level of concern for the lack of minority head coaches in the NFL? And we'll start with security.
Ooh, wait. That way I don't have to pick his brain, right?
There you go.
Well, I looked at it and I was concerned because there was so many. But I think the one that I was concerned the most with was the coach that had only been there for a year. I forget his name. Is that the one with the Cardinals?
Steve Wilkes.
Steve Wilkes, yeah.
Mhm.
Because I was looking at the tenure of all the coaches, and especially the Caucasian coaches, where they had, in the teens and 20s of years, and he just had one. I'm like, they didn't even give the guy really a chance to build the team up before they fired him. And then I looked at the tenure of the other coaches, the African-American coaches, and I was like, it kind of looked a little suspect to me. And it did concern me. And it does concern me that there's not more minority head coaches in the NFL. That there's not a balance, especially when most of the players are African-American. So you know, when they chose to start laying these folks off or firing them or whatever, what was the criteria that they were looking at? That's my concern. And did race play a little bit of a part in it? I'm really like, you know, kind of looking at that. That's kind of you know, who makes the call? Does it come from the team itself, or is it the team plus somebody in the big house, for lack of a better term? But someone in the big house also says, you know, this team is not bringing any money, and it's because of the coach you have. You need to be making some changes. You know, how does that work? So I need to know a little bit more about how the hiring and firing goes per team anyway. Does the NFL itself as a whole have anything to do with it, or is it just the team and the owner itself?
Let me see who I want to pick on next. On a question like this, let's go to Coach.
You know you're going to be
Pick Benchwarmer last.
last.
He gonna take up the rest of the hour.
This is it's an interesting thing here. I think the only guy that really got a raw deal, and I agree with Shelley, was the guy in Arizona.
Steve Wilkes.
Steve Wilkes.
Yes.
I don't know how you can hire a guy for 1 year, give him a rookie quarterback, and have any type of high expectations for the season, other than exactly what you got.
Exactly.
Lottery pick. You know, a top 10 pick. So I think he's the only one that got it wrong. Yeah, Todd Bowles had time. They set him up to fire him this year when they drafted
Sam Darnold.
Darnold.
Oh, he wasn't up. He wasn't.
You know I don't like Sam Darnold. So you already knew he was being set up to fail because there was no way he was going to win with Sam Darnold this year. So that was their out. Hey, we gave him 1 more year. He just didn't get the job done. Then you go from there. I don't think Vance Joseph was ever the guy in Denver that John Elway truly wanted. I think he did that, you know, just to say, hey, I gave a minority guy an opportunity, so you won't look at me funny. You know, because he's also the one that came out and said, you know, they've spoken with Colin Kaepernick and things of that nature. So he gave him a shot. Fair or not, I don't know. They still have talent in Denver. They kind of underachieved. You thought when you brought in the quarterback from Minnesota, Case Keenum, you thought that, you know, that they would be a little bit better, but nobody knew that Kansas City would blow the roof off of things, and nobody knew the Chargers would be as good as they were. So overall, I think all of them got a pretty fair deal, except for Wilkes and maybe Vance. I think everybody else was fine. I don't think it's a big issue. You win, they don't fire you.
Simple as that.
Jackson, he just can't coach.
All right.
As a head coach.
We got 7 minutes. Your turn. 7 minutes between you two.
I'll just take 1 minute. I really feel like our minorities are not getting a fair shake in the NFL. And it's evidence.
By what?
By what team you can look at, okay, I know our team is not going really high. No head coach right now. That's the Cowboys, a minority, because it's been shown and proven that they don't care, okay, for the minority unless they're on the field playing. And I know we do got some assistants, but I'm talking about one that really make the decision, okay? So, and I like Arizona. You got to understand the state of Arizona, okay? They was one of the last states to say, okay, we're going to recognize Martin Luther King. I don't think they really recognize Martin Luther King holiday. And I could go on with that because I do see other issues with those states and teams, you know, because 1 year with a rookie, you set me up to fail.
Yeah.
1 year, really, with a rookie quarterback?
Okay. Mind if I chime in now?
All right, now your turn. You got
boy.
5 minutes.
Sorry, I'm gonna see if I
And
can.
he gonna use all 5
I'm gonna see if I can.
plus a couple.
I'm gonna see if I can make it.
So let me rephrase this question. What is the level of concern? That's the key phrase. What is the level of concern for the lack of minority head coaches in the NFL right now?
I don't think there's a level of concern. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
In all sports, you're going to have those great players that are not great That's just across the platform.
Mhm.
You got great coaches that are not great players, are not great coaches, in all sports, and especially in football. You're going to have a great defensive coordinator who's not a great coach. Okay, so and then you're going to start picking coaches that really weren't a great coach in the first place because philosophies change. Okay, Arizona. Okay, you could have given him another chance, but it's not because he's black you didn't give him another chance. I just think philosophy changed, and you have to understand we're trying to win. We're not trying to be black or white, but when you think we're trying to be black or white, then guess what? You're gonna always have a concern. Okay, so now are they great? Are they great? I mean, shoot, Art Shell was a great coach with the Raiders. He didn't win anything, you know. Denny
They
Green.
ended up bringing him back.
Yeah, they did.
That was good.
Yeah, they did. Denny Green, same thing. You know, so no, I don't think there's a parity. It's like these owners want to win, and yeah, Tony Dungy.
He was great.
Yeah, these owners want to win. They're not looking at your skin color and saying, "Okay, you're black, you can't win."
So,
No, none.
Oh.
No. Mention one that you can you can say, "I'm looking at the skin color and he can't win. I can't win with that skin color."
Jerry Jones.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yes,
No.
Jerry loved his chocolate brother.
No, I'm serious. No.
In the field.
Watch. Christmas. No. In coaching, he don't care about that. People care about winning because winning makes money. Black and white don't make money.
All they care about is that
Winning makes
green,
money.
huh?
And if I can win with you, I'm making money with you.
And if that's the case, why, like I said, why Gary's still there?
Because Jerry,
they're winning.
Because yes, and Jerry handpicked Garrett, so Jerry wants him to win. So he's going to give him everything he got to win. Why was Marvin Lewis still there?
Oh gosh, yes.
Why was Marvin Lewis still there? Why was Hugh Lewis? Not
Hugh
Hugh
Jackson.
Hugh Jackson. Why was he still there? Owens. He went 0-800. Why was he still have? Why he still have a job as a black man?
Well,
I
No.
do want y'all to research and see how many coaches have been let go after one
Oh, there have been
year.
several white coaches that have been let go after
Well,
1 year.
I'm saying,
Several.
I just need to know. I want
This is the first black coach we've known to be let go after 1 year.
One I know.
This is the first black one. There's been several.
Part of the question he asked
No need
was,
to yell.
what
It's a
is,
disparity.
what is your concern?
There's
no
of
concern.
I don't think
What
there's
is the
no,
level of concern?
there's
And
no
and-
for me there's no
and-
concern at all. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because let me see a great offensive coordinator become a great coach. You got to move them to ranks. I still think that you give some coaches like the boy Cleaver was at Texas Tech who got fired.
Oh, Cliff.
He might have 1 year and that's it.
I don't know. He'll get
He may. I mean, it depends on his contract.
more. He'll get more.
Depends on the contract.
Promise
But I'm just saying I don't have any level of concern because I don't ever think about, oh, look at that, they're being racist. I don't ever have my mindset is not thinking somebody's being racist. So that's the first thing I'm gonna think.
And I guess it's hard for me to look outside the box on this issue because we are in Texas, we are in Dallas, and I've seen enough of it. Yes, I've seen enough of it, and I recognize, as Tom Joyner used to say, hidden racism.
But here's the
So-
deal.
Separate
You got exactly. And here's the other thing too.
Okay,
Here's the other thing
if
too.
that's the case,
If we
okay,
live-
you were
if-
talking about
If we
separation.
live off of what
Why
happens,
he won't let them do what they wanted to do when it
because
comes to the
he had
back?
because he had a
That's a whole nother
he has a
issue.
corporate
I know.
manual. He has a corporate manual, and you're going to abide by that corporate manual because that's what you signed in your document in your contract. That's what you signed. And if you don't want to abide by the contract, then we're gonna have some problems.
Time
All
out.
right.
Time out.
Time
Y'all
is up.
getting off of y'all
Time
getting
is
off the
up.
subject.
Jerry,
That'll be a whole nother hour.
one moment. Let me just say this right here. Okay, let me say this right here. For those out there, Jerry Jones is the furthest from racism that you ever think.
Really?
He has no bit of racism in him,
Really?
and I know that personally. Not just because you've seen him.
Why? Because he's got friends that are black.
No, because wait, my brother, my brother used to hang. And I've met him before.
I'm just saying.
No,
Well,
it's
he
not
had
because
you
of that.
at
It's not
Some of
because
my best friends is white.
No, it's not because it's not because of that. It's not because of
Some
that.
of my best
No.
friends are black.
Every player
We
who
got
has
family members
every
that's
player
white.
who's played for Jerry, every player who talks to him, look how he did with Michael Irvin. I need to help
Same.
Michael Irvin out. He is the first from that because you don't. Listen, right? You have no
You
idea
don't know the heart of any man.
exactly, and so you can't run around thinking that he's racist
I
because
can
you think he
only
is.
say that one of the players recently put out, "Boss, I'm tired."
Who put that out there? Who?
Segment.
All right.
Okay.
Time is up.
You know, man, you got to put that stuff out there.
I do also want
Let's
to
take a
mention
break.
that we only have 2 NFL black coaches left. Do y'all know who they are?
The 2
Oh.
black coaches.
Not Cedric.
Head coaches?
Head coaches.
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin.
Mike
And
Tomlin.
the
Yeah.
other one?
Who's
Tip of
Oh,
my tongue.
I know you're talking about. I said San Diego.
Anthony Lynn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there we have it.
Yeah.
There's only 2 left.
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing.
Yeah, dude.
Anywho.
There'll be more.
It's not San Diego anymore.
Anthony
Yeah,
Lynn.
Just-
Chargers.
Los
LA
Angeles
Chargers,
Chargers.
yeah.
Yeah,
There-
the
Let me
Chargers.
ask this on this one.
There'll be more.
The African American coaches that got terminated, how many of them good enough to be an offensive coordinator right now? So the Cowboys need one.
They'll probably be offense coordinators.
Shout out to our sponsor, Brick House Lounge.
Yes.
Where we
Yes.
are doing our live show.
Yes, and
Yes,
and,
in Arlington.
yes, and the drinks are flowing.
Are they? We need something for my allergies.
All right, this has been 4-1 Sports Talk Radio, 4radionetwork.com. When we come back, we got to get into the entertainment hour, the hour of power, the one that y'all look for and wait for. You know, the sports is just a pass away time. So we will be right back with 4-1 Sports Talk Radio, 4radionetwork.com.
Let's roll.
All right.
Okay, I posted the he say, she say question. So y'all can read it.
With Jerry Evans, offensive coordinator,
What's that?
an African American coordinator.
We got a lot of those.
No, Jerry.
Oh,
I don't know who he going to hire. Better be somebody better than Scott Linehan. Shoot, at one time, y'all thought he wasn't going to never have no black quarterback.
well, honey, can you get me some? What you going to get something to drink?
Oh, I have.
Something to drink? I need some juice. Some orange juice? Orange juice or water? Please. You got the music playing. Can you hear it on this? Can you hear it on here?
I can't hear you.
Oh. Huh.
I'm
What?
on the other side of the table for R. Kelly. Cause before you judge, look at the whole show.
Well, I know. That's why I asked the question.
Look at
I'm
the
asking you the question. Do
Look at
you
the
just hold him accountable or do you hold the other? There's several players in this thing that's going on.
Let me put it like this. When you sign a disclosure, don't they really say anything goes?
Right. But not only
No.
that, but then you need to figure out when did they sign? Did they sign the disclosure when they were 18 or did they sign it before? No soda, honey. I'm off the soda. Off the soda.
No. Now, let me show you something.
But that's what we need to know. I don't know how old they were. I'm assuming that his legal team had them sign it when they turned 18.
No.
Or the parents signed it when they were minors.
That's it right there.
See, that's why I said, who do you hold accountable?
Okay.
You can't just hold him accountable. I'm not condoning what he
No,
did.
I'm not either. But start with the parent.
Because ain't no way I'm
let
gonna
me
let
share
my
this
daughter
with you.
go.
Let me share this with you.
My daughter got mad at me. My daughter talking about, Mom, you didn't let me do nothing. I said, sorry, not sorry.
Right.
I didn't get to do nothing. Sorry, not sorry.
So what did you want to do? What did you want to do that we didn't let you do?
Right. I said you can start dating when you turn 17. And when you start dating at 17, guess what? I need to see who the boy is, who his family is, and all that stuff.
We gonna see.
Watch that
You got
boy.
candy?
What you got?
You got candy?
Skillets.
Oh,
You
man.
got candy too?
You know he bring his own
You went to the
kids.
car and got candy.
I was a car guy.
Okay, I'm still bringing my own milk.
Look, I'm the only one on this
Give me
camera.
some.
No, I
Okay.
need to take my medicine though. Because I haven't taken it since this morning.
Oh,
My
really?
nose is, my congestion and stuff is starting back up again. He not gonna want to go in my purse. Lord. Sadie. Oh, I thought you were up there. Can you look at? I know you don't like looking at my purse, but the box of medicine is in here and I need it.
Okay, good.
Don't bring it to me. It's too big.
All right, let me make sure. And put one more song on.
It's not playing. It's not playing on the Facebook Live.
You don't hear it?
Look, I played it on.
Oh, okay.
Just a break with just us.
Okay. Might be good anyway.
Losing our,
It's playing on. Are we?
Yeah, we had 11 people on here. Now we're down to 7.
Okay, here we go. All right. They'll come back.
Yeah, the boxes in there hurts. Please, please, please. What you got?
Oh, he looking up. he feeling good right now.
Oh, I like margarita.
Just to clear up your sinuses real quick.
Or just
I
stop
gotta take my
alcohol.
medicine. I can't take it with no liquor.
There's alcohol in there.
I know. I heard.
I'll
I'll get it. I heard. Is there a way we can mute it so they can hear the talking?
What's that?
It's like I'm listening to it right now, so I can hear like a margarita. Is there a way we
So he didn't.
Yes.
He didn't mute the mic.
forgot to mute the mics.
You got it.
And y'all the ones ran up there and did the drinks.
I hear you like talking about
Sorry. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how to mute it. I think it's this button.
How much time?
I think.
The mic weren't muted.
Which one? Which button is the mute button?
The red one?
Is it?
The red one is the muted button.
Oh,
He's-
it mutes all lines. Okay.
He's got some oranges coming.
He does.
Okay.
How much time?
We're finna come back right now.
Yeah, I'm not trying to market Sudafed either.
All right. Y'all ready?
Sure.
All loud.
It's still talking? You can still hear it? But the music is not playing.
I just we coming back. All right. This is 411 Sports Talk Radio, foreignradionetwork.com. I am the Benchwarmer. Okay, well, that ain't work. Okay, we'll get it together. No wonder it wasn't working. Okay, this is 411 Sports Talk Radio, foreignradionetwork.com. We're back. Ready to get into the next segment of the show. We got Skittles on the table. Sudafed.
Now y'all know
We are not promoting.
I am addicted.
Why did you say that? We're not promoting
I
these
am
things.
addicted to fruity candy, and I keep a bag. Let me tell you something. We have a Santa exchange at work, and I took off for most of the holidays, and I sat at home. But when I got back to work, my Christmas stock was nothing but fruity candy and juicy fruit.
Oh, wow.
So I put all the candy in the back and just sit back there until I go through it. So hey,
So you was good to go.
I was good to go. Give me some fruity candy, and I'm a happy man. Fruity candy and banana pudding.
Okay.
I'm a good man. I'm
Yeah.
good from there.
Benchwarmer like fruit punch.
I
This
eat
is
fruity
just
pebbles
orange
too.
juice. There's nothing else in here.
Well, that's dark orange juice.
Yeah.
He just explained to me that when it comes out of the box, it's a
Let me
little
see
dark.
what you got, Shelly.
It's
that right
orange juice.
Them like
You got
I'm
any
taking-
gin?
I'm taking my
Grapefruit
sinus
juice.
medicine
With
and
a
I
crown in
cannot.
there.
Yeah, you got
You know
something
what?
that's going a little bit too
No
dark.
wonder you been having an attitude.
Yeah, girl, you play.
You got an attitude,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Funny.
Shelly got a nice, pretty smile.
Ooh.
She don't look
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
hey.
And she
If
is
you had
stopped
that
up over there.
One
If
question.
you had that cup, you
Clear
had
up? Nice.
Who sips orange juice like that?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because it's kind of warm. It's not cold.
Uh-huh.
I like all my drinks really, really cold.
Yeah, I see the same.
So
Yeah.
you know what?
Love my
Yeah.
juice cold. Yeah.
I'm gonna take my medicine here.
And that's funny to compare too.
It's blue and red.
That's funny.
One's blue, one's red.
All right, Matrix.
Blue's for the night.
One for the upper and the other.
Oh,
All right.
Anyway,
All right,
I'm
let's get
taking
into
my medicine.
well, while she's taking her medicine, we got So entertainment to go through.
Entertainment news.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on.
I can just imagine what we're going to talk
Can I
about.
take this after? Okay. So anyway, nice
Carry
to
us
see
on.
everybody. Nice to see everyone. We were gonna do celebrity birthdays, but Cedric and I were talking, and I was telling him about the birthdays that I saw, and he's like, "It's Pedophile Tuesday." I'm like, "What do you mean?" R. Kelly's birthday and Elvis Presley's birthday is today.
Are kidding me.
Wow.
Exactly. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Wow.
I was like, "I am not acknowledging."
It's
Huh?
touching Teenage Tuesday.
I can't hear. What'd you say?
Don't do that.
What
Yeah,
happened?
but Presley,
His wife was 14, but Priscilla Presley was 14 when they got married.
he had a permit slip.
I don't know what
Military.
that, but they said that it's under the radar. But he also dealt with young women, and there's several other Caucasian artists that have dealt with young women. And so the segue into our question, we were going to talk about. Yeah, we going there.
It was basic.
We going there. Instead of just talking about the topic itself, we made it into the he say she say question.
Oh.
So that's where the question came from, because the buzz, the docuseries came out this weekend.
Yeah.
Has everybody seen it?
I watched the majority of it.
You watched the majority.
I found out late that it was going to be a topic today, so I watched as much as I could.
Did you watch it, Lewis, Professor?
I didn't want to see
They get a chance to.
It's interesting.
Yep.
I did not want to watch it either, but somebody wanted to watch it so that we could talk about it.
It will piss you off.
It will make you
I mean-
cry. As a woman, it made me cry. And Cedric and I were
Man,
So you say he cried?
no, as a woman, it made me cry. And it is upsetting when you have a daughter.
Yeah,
It's upsetting as a
I think
mother.
that's the reason why I didn't want to
Yeah,
watch
and
it.
so it will make you mad and make you want to jump through the screen and knock him out.
I'd have
Knock out a bunch of people.
I'd have found the concert where he's at.
So anyway,
They
so
were
the
saying that
question
this
is,
morning.
And
so
y'all
before
been putting money on my books.
before we get all into it,
What's the
the question is, we're holding R. Kelly responsible for his actions, as we should, based upon what we've seen and what we've heard throughout the years.
Mm-hmm.
Who else, if anyone, should be held accountable for what has happened with these young African American women? Is it parents, the victims themselves, friends and associates, the music industry, those that knew about it, the community, the police once they were alerted, judges? Who else should be held? Should anyone else be held accountable for what's been happening with these young ladies? Because it's been happening for years. Aaliyah has been dead since 2001. She started working with R. Kelly when she was 12 years old. She was born in 1979.
Married.
So, he married her when she was 15 years old under the guise of the fact that she was 18. His manager gave her forged papers to make them think that she was 18 years old. He was 27 at the time.
Wait, let me help you back. Let me take you back for a second. He didn't do that thinking she was 14. He did that knowing that she was 14, but she could 15, but she couldn't get married until she was 18, so they forged paperwork. So don't say he thought she was.
I didn't say he thought.
Okay.
No, I didn't hear her say that.
I didn't say he
Okay.
thought. If you let me finish what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that this has been going on for a long time. There were things out there in the news when Aaliyah was alive that they were fooling around. You can see interviews that they had where the question was asked and they avoided the question. So in this docuseries, they pulled up that interview and showed it again where they were dressing alike, all this other stuff. So the question again is, okay, we know that this has been happening for years.
Right.
Who else, if anyone, should be held accountable for what has happened with the ladies following Aaliyah? Because that was news back in the day. It was out there even before she died. So this has been going on for a long time. 2001 is when she died. So just think of the years. It's 2019. That's 18 years plus the years that she was alive. She died when she was 22. So add 6 more years to that 18. You're talking 24 years that this has been going on with R. Kelly. And yet, parents are still dropping their daughters off and letting him mentor them. You know what I'm saying? So who else, if anyone, should be held accountable?
Yeah,
parents, victims.
I don't think they're dropping them off. Here's some of the stories we've heard. Here's some of the stories that we've heard.
Take my medicine now.
No, like one of the parents said that that after all of the allegations came out, the daughter wanted to be mentored by R. Kelly, and she said that we will be with you, either me or your. And they talked to R. Kelly, and he said either me or her father
or her sister
would be with her at all times. What happens is R. Kelly slips his number to them, to the girls, personally. They get into a texting thing. Next thing you know, they're slipping out of the house going to go see him. You know, so when we talk about parents, because when this thing first came out, I was like, man, the parents are at fault. The parents, but sometimes, you know, you don't know what your daughter's doing. You're thinking she's one place, like this one couple thought that the daughter was at school. The daughter wasn't at school. The daughter had dropped out of school, removed all her stuff and started living with R. Kelly.
Yeah. They found out from a roommate that she was gone. She had been gone a whole semester.
But the parents didn't know. And they had been talking back and forth.
So was she in college?
Yeah. She was in college.
Okay,
yeah.
So really,
so there's nothing there.
Yeah, because she's of age.
She's already adult.
She's of age.
She was 17 in college.
But that's still of age.
No.
Well,
just
in some
you're in
states,
college,
you're right.
That's still of age.
What we're talking about, we're referring. Now, I'm not talking about the 17, 18. 18 is bad too. 17, 18, that's bad too. But we're talking about these 14 and 15-year-olds who got a cell phone, who slips out of the house or whatever. I mean, 17, 18, yes, you're of age. I want to deal with the captivity at that point when he brainwashes and holds you captive. But I'm not talking about that. I'm going back to the Aaliyah.
Okay.
The marriage there was a marriage document.
She asked the question.
Who's at fault?
Who's held accountable? Not at fault.
Who's held
Nobody's at fault except for R. Kelly, a grown man.
Who's responsible? She used
Who's
the
held
word
accountable.
Accountable, responsible. I said everyone.
Everyone.
It starts with the parent. Now let me show you something. Now, being a teenager like I was in my parents' house, I might have gotten away with it 2 or 3 times. But my parents eventually will find out. Yeah, very much so. And even when I separated and divorced, moved back home, I still had to follow my dad's rules.
Yeah, but here's the deal though. You're talking about 14-year-old, 15-year-old.
Well,
we got to put that on the table.
Okay, now and what I know about that started with the parent.
Well, let me say this right here. And then when you're getting this is first of all, this ain't no want to be walking the street. This is I can bleed like a fly, R. Kelly. This is the man where I want my career to be, and guess what? I want to be a singer. So if he's texting me, he can do, don't listen to your mama. Remember, age ain't nothing. Remember all those songs that came out? All those songs, all that stuff right there is about what he was about. So then what they do is they sneak out. Next thing you know, the parents don't see him for so long. By that time, they have been brainwashed because at 14 you can be brainwashed by a predator.
I understand.
So when you say the parents are at fault, the parents find this out and say, whoa, what's going on? Where's my daughter? They say never. By that time, she's already in.
It's too
late.
But still, at the same time, I start with the parent. I'm not saying all the responsibilities on them, but I start with the parent. I have 2 daughters myself, and I kept up with them. Now, you might have gotten away with it a couple of times, but once I found out, I'm shutting everything down.
Yeah, and I agree with you. That's my point. I'm saying if it were I'm like, you're gonna put some money on my books because it's going down. I know exactly you're gonna put some money on my books.
That's just like my sister.
Because that's the only way you can get them out.
One of my sisters, a guy came to the house looking for my sister. He in his 20s. We still in our team. We didn't need our dad.
Y'all took care of business.
Oh, man,
it's about 12 of y'all, so that's easy right there.
You need to move around.
But what I'm saying is, what happens when they sneak out? Because these little girls,
they will do that.
These little girls were sneaking out of the house, and next thing you know, you don't see them for months at a time, and then you wondering what's going on.
That's the parent that don't see their child a month at a time.
Yeah, the parent. Yeah.
So okay.
And then you wondering what's going on.
You need the bloodhounds. You need the people looking for it.
And here's the deal though. You're talking about a man with major money.
And
He ain't got no two. So that means she can be hidden.
And guess what?
And then when she finally pops up, oh my mama, all right, I'm just saying now this there's some issues and everything sounds right. And then you're like, baby, you need to come home. You need to come home. Oh my mom, okay. I'm on this and now this, you know. So you got it's called a predator's brainwash. And when you go through a predator's brainwash, from what I've been seeing and what I've been reading, this stuff is deeper than you think it is. It's a lot deeper than you think it is. It's not just yes, you can put some, and remember, when you only have one parent home, it makes it harder. Because
Right.
one of the girls who was part of the predator, her mom worked all day to keep food on the table. So guess what? It was easy for her to get out.
Oh yeah.
You know, so that's one point. The blame, the full blame, who's responsible?
Well,
You start with R. Kelly.
I start with the parent and work my way to R. Kelly. No, before they got to R. Kelly. Some of them, before they got to R. Kelly, parents were taking their child to the concert.
And guess what R. Kelly said? Y'all shouldn't be pushing your daughters off on me.
But
He said that, and I admit it.
But at the
He knew
same
what they was
time,
doing.
but at the
But
same
he need to
time,
have self-control.
there you
Exactly.
go. That's
No,
what
that's
I'm
what
getting
I'm saying.
to.
You don't.
Because Timberland came out and said he loved Aaliyah too, and he married his wife because she looked like Aaliyah.
But he took his urges.
But he said that's a child. He said,
Timberland.
Timberland said that. Timberland, whatever.
Yeah.
He said the same thing. He's
And
like,
he
I
was just
love
like
that
that.
Aaliyah.
And this is a 19-minute song that talk about I admit it. In his song, he said, y'all shouldn't be pushing your daughters up on me. Hold up, brother. You know exactly what you're doing. You are a predator and you know it.
Well, and see, that's another. You asked a question because part of his organization was going out picking the girls.
Exactly. They was going to the malls and picking them.
And then at the same time, they would sign a disclosure.
Right.
Okay.
So his organization is at fault too.
That's why I said,
he hired.
It ain't just
He
him.
hired. Could he hire me to do that?
Hell
no.
Exactly.
Because I'm not going to jail for nobody.
Exactly.
Even the
The
girls,
guy that forged the
the
thing so
document,
that
his
Aaliyah
bodyguard,
could get married.
his bodyguard. Even
That's crazy.
even one of his
This whole thing is crazy.
even his Sparkle was one of the was a dancer or something like that. Was she I think she's one of the
She was a
dancers.
singer.
She was a singer. She had a group that was in that group. Okay. Her niece is the one who's on that video that got urinated on.
And she introduced her.
And she introduced her.
And
And
she
she-
said she regrets it.
And she had to go look at her mother and father and say, why did I do this? And then he comes back out on a TMZ video and says, and first of all, he blamed it on his brother.
He said his brother was the one in the video with
Right.
the little girl.
But then he came back and said, well, I don't know. I was drunk, this, that, and the other,
I
this, that,
was
and the other.
asleep.
I was asleep, you know. And I know
You
she,
pee in your sleep on somebody.
no, she woke up. She like 12:30. She woke up and she was scared, so I let her lay in bed with me. And next thing you know, we got urine on ourselves. I'm like, what the heck?
Woo-wee.
I'm like,
Well, you know they call that what they call that golden shower.
Oh my goodness.
No, listen, yeah.
I've
golden
never
shower.
heard that.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
but my say so to answer your question,
Well, you
who's
know,
responsible?
I've never heard that term. In my life.
your friend Mike Tyson did that to Robert Givens.
Oh my goodness.
So in the song,
Wow.
Oh boy.
That's just the
That is
crazy
off the
thing. Man.
chain.
That's just the crazy thing that this world. But it's all when you look at it, when you really look at it, everybody is at fault. If you knew anything about it, according to the law, you were just as guilty as the one that was participating.
So this is up to and including the one that got abused?
no.
Because you said everybody.
If you knew about the situation or what
Well-
had
Well, see,
occurred.
because
Well,
that's
I
what
see
I
what
was gonna
Lewis.
say.
Yeah. Go
I was
ahead.
going to say that to answer Shelley's question, the minute you knew something was wrong, you were responsible for reporting it to the authorities.
Right.
Period.
Right, right.
Except for the one that's getting a beat.
Yeah, because they can't get out.
Well, but you know, at their defense, they gonna say, well, where did you meet her, or how did you meet her?
Right.
If it come out that mama and daddy took me to the concert to be picked out, then
Well, no, because that's too vanilla.
well, I know it is, but
Well,
still.
let's talk about each category that I put on there. Okay, so we've talked about the parents being held accountable. The next category is the victim themselves. Can they be held accountable for what happened to them? And we're not talking about victim shaming, because that's what, you know, when you blame the victim, you're victim shaming. But can the older ones be held accountable for consensual sex with R. Kelly because they were of age or close to age or whatever? Can they be held accountable for their own victimization?
And then you got to look at at the age of accountability.
Well, I'm gonna say for her, I'm gonna say the word.
Well, the age of emancipation is 17.
No. I'm gonna answer that question as to no. I'm gonna tell you why. Because men, as nature, we gonna do what we can to wine and dine. Okay. We not gonna sit there and show you our crazy side while we whining and dining. And then when you hear, all them allegations, girl, that they lying, they don't know this, that, they don't know that, they don't know that. And then guess what I do? I manipulate your mind to get into your mind. So once I manipulate your mind, then guess what? You fall into that trap. Why need you do this? Baby, I love you. This, that, and the other, this, and the other. You become a victim. So no. Women, victims of sexual abuse cannot be held accountable.
Yeah.
Victims of sexual abuse.
This goes along with a woman being raped.
Right.
You cannot blame a woman for being raped, because I don't care how she dresses. I don't care what she says. When she says no means no.
Yeah, okay.
And especially a person that's a tender age of 12 or 13, their minds are not even wrapped around that yet.
You went to the other side of the road with